Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Today we are continuing with Genesis. Wait, we could do Genesis first, and then we will go on to the message of love, about how this translation is different. This is one of my favorite translations. The script in its historical context. What is the message? And David, Dawood, or Dawood. But we are on Genesis 8 right now. Roscoe, please. Okay, so Genesis or Bereshith 8. And Yahuah remembered Noah, and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And Yahuah made a wind to pass over the Eretz, or the earth, and the Mayim, or the waters, subsided. And the fountains of the deep and the windows of the Shamayim, or the heavens, were stopped, and the rain from the Shamayim was withheld. And the Mayim receded steadily from the Eretz, and at the end of the 150 Yomim, the Mayim diminished. And in the 7th month, the 17th Yom of the month, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat. And the Mayim decreased steadily until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first Yom, or the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains became visible, and it came to be at the end of 40 Yomim, or 40 days, that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven which kept going out and turning back until the Mayim had dried up from the Eretz. Then he sent out a dove from him to see if the Mayim had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for its feet, and returned into the ark to him, for the Mayim were on the face of all the Eretz. So he put out his hand and took it, and pulled it into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 Yomim, or 7 days, and again he sent the dove out from the ark. And the dove came to him in the evening, and see, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in its mouth. And Noah knew that the Mayim had receded from the Eretz. And he waited yet another 7 Yomim, and sent out the dove, which did not return to him again. And it came to be in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st Yom of the month, that the Mayim were dried up from the Eretz. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and saw the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th Yom of the month, the Eretz was dry. And Yahuah spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your Ashah, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living creature of all flesh that is with you, of all birds of cattle, and all creeping creatures that creep on the Eretz, and let them multiply on the Eretz, and be fruitful, and increase on the Eretz. So Noah went out, and his sons, and his Ashah, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping creature, and every bird, whatever creeps on the Eretz according to their kind, went out of the ark. And Noah built an altar to Yahuah, and took of every clean beast and of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And Yahuah smelled a soothing fragrance, and Yahuah said in his heart, Never again shall I curse the ground because of man, although the inclination of man's heart is evil from his youth, and never again smite all living creatures, as I have done, as long as the Eretz remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and winter and summer, and Yom and Lila, or day and night, shall not cease. And that was Genesis 8. I'm going to do some other readings later today. My husband is getting off work a little bit late, so I have to get off of here and help him, because he's going to be here soon. Oh, there he is. All right. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. I love you with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings.
you're